Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to go over how to install the quarter glass and then your slider glass. This is one of the little oddball pieces you'll need, and they're shaped differently depending on if they're going on the right side or the left side. This one goes on the right side, and it takes this small little filler piece. It's kind of the same shape as this. So it takes that right there, and then this little piece lines up right at the very front corner of the curved glass. And then takes two little pieces. They're weird shaped at the top to secure the top, and it also takes this weird piece. It screws up against the roof and sandwiches against the rubber seal. So let's try to get the window set in, and then I'll take you guys inside and we'll screw it all together. And this is how your window will look when it's going in. It's got the rubber seal, and I put the front trim on it so it's ready to go in. They just kind of angle up enough to slide in there, and then you can get them in the rest of the way. Just got to keep working them till you get them in there. That could be a little tricky, but just be patient, you'll get them. I had to use that a little bit just because the seal kept sliding off of there. But now the window is set in the frame, so we'll go inside, put all the little odd Nomad pieces inside of it to secure it in there. The hardest part is just getting that window set, but there's plenty of room, and actually it took like this little rubbery, almost kind of like it's like a seam sealer that just never sealed up. So it's kind of real soft and malleable still, that you put on the bottom and the top of that seal, and it just kind of dries up and lives in there for wind and rain and things like that. The actual opening for that curved glass is a lot smaller, or it's actually a lot bigger than the actual curved glass. So makes it fairly easy to get it set in there, as long as your weather stripping will stay put. So let me see if I can get you set up in there, and we'll try to get the rest of it set up. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good there, and I'll go over step by step as we do it. I'm climbing in back here with you guys. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try to get this loosely sat in here. Get a couple screws started, and then we'll start on other ones. But now this is just a matter of putting screws in, and you don't want to get real crazy when you put these in. Just get them in there and get them started. Just takes a little bit of time to get everything happy. Then you can go back through and snug everything up. See, like, I'm just not a lot of pressure at all. Just snug, more or less. Okay, so here's the little piece that goes at the front. Once again, just snug. And this is actually the wiring that goes to the rear switch, interior dome light switch. And then here's one of the brackets. It goes right there. And here's your other bracket. And it goes right there. And once you get your screws started, because you can see the gasket just moves a little bit, I get that clip up in there where it's happy on the top of the gasket. You see up here where it's happy on the top of the gasket, I shove it up and then I'll tighten the screw down. And then the final thing that goes in is this. And this just goes right against there to hold the front face of the windshield or the window. So we'll get that one lined up and started. It's a fairly straightforward process, but you got to have the right pieces, or you got to be able to make them or something, because it's part of the magic of it. Okay, so I don't have the window weather stripping for the slider glass, but you can see I've got the end piece on it, and it's got its lock on the front, and they're just, for right now, they're just sitting in there. And I just simply sit them in there and more or less just lock them in place for right now. And then one last little thing, I do believe this goes right here to hold your garnish molding, because you have a garnish molding that follows around through here, and it separates. Right here's one piece, and then this is a long piece, and I think this ties it together. I didn't take this particular car apart, so I'm just doing the best that I can right now to put it back together. And as I mess with some of my other Nomads, if I notice something that I missed on this one, I'll go back through and I'll update it. But it's looking pretty good. It's starting to become pretty complete. So let me get you guys off of this. But you can see once again, this is the curved glass, and I just put this bracket through here. You can see that bracket that goes at the front edge of your curved glass, and then it has that weird little bracket, and then another one right there, and then nothing goes at the very back corner of it. It just comes straight down, and then it's got this big curved piece that I showed you when I first started the video, and then that right there is where your small piece goes. So if I back up, we got one right here, we got that big curve bracket, we've got a little L bracket there, a little L bracket there, and then this big long metal bracket that just screws right to it. And then the slider glass, it takes a weather stripping through here, and you can see these pieces. The weather stripping actually gets riveted into that channel that holds the slider glass as it slides back, but it also needs these two brackets, just I guess for safety, in case your weather stripping ever went bad, your windows wouldn't just fall straight out of it. So that's the windows. That's how you install the curved glass. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different brackets that hold it in. So we'll go outside and we'll take a look at it now. But as you can see, it's fitting. It's nice and tight up through here, and that's important. That's important because you'll get water through there. But it's got drain holes in the window channels. In case water gets past that weather stripping, it'll still be able to drip on past there. So there you go, guys. Takes 5 special Nomad brackets to hold the curved glass in, and then the slider glass just sits in its weather stripping that's riveted to the weather channel, or to the window channel. Hope this helps you guys if you're putting together a 55 Nomad, 56 Nomad, 57 Nomad, or the same year Pontiac Safari. That's how you install your rear curved glass. I'll talk to you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe.